Hi guys, welcome back. Do you want to see me take this old dilapidated stain set from 1988 and turn it into a crisp white, look like it's just come off the production line set, like in this picture here? Stay tuned. Hi guys, welcome back. Today we're going to start looking at 6848. This is the set as part of the job lot we had from eBay. So they're the plans for this, but before we do that we've got to clean up the parts. So we're going to take the white ones out. We can see just on that bit of fade up here, a bit of discoloration, not quite as bad as the rocky. The rest of it does look in pretty good nick, but obviously we're going to have to treat this, which means UV box, hydrogen peroxide and 24 hours of UV light. So let's go and do that. Alright, so we're here again. We'll just get set up here. Oops. Need to get the bracket back in here really, but there we have hydrogen peroxide. So first job is we're just going to separate out all the white pieces, because I don't really want anything else clean. I mean, black is black, it never really gets that bad, and a quick rinse under the tap's going to clean that right up anyway. So it tends to be these pieces, again exposed to the sunlight, but when we've done this little clean up here, they're not going to be exposed to the sunlight anymore. They're going to go on display, but they're going to go on our display in the loft. So over the next few years they're going to have very little exposure to sunlight, if any. I don't know if you can see that, whether the camera does it justice or not, but that piece is quite discoloured. So that's all the white out. It's not a very big set, this. They were only little ones throughout the entire set that we purchased. So again, we'll just fire up the UV box, make sure everything is covered. Now last night around here, we're sort of getting on late September, it did freeze, and it went really cool in here. So that hydrogen peroxide is quite cool. Now these UV lights will warm it slightly, but I don't know if part of this reaction, maybe somebody could tell us in the comments out there, whether part of this reaction is reliant on heat or not. I don't believe it is, but we'll see. Hopefully 24 hours time, round about 6 o'clock tomorrow evening, we'll come back to that and we'll take them out and we'll have a look at how they're cleaned up, and then we'll do what we did with the rest of them. We'll do the rest in some warm soapy water and we'll just wash them in the sink and we'll go from there. So then 24 hours later, has warmed up in here quite well, as I thought it would. So ambient temperature outside is pretty cool at the minute, but in here really warm. Again, just going to turn those lights off, and I can see straight away, I don't know if you can see it on the camera, as I've said before, yeah, this is, the liquid is warm. Again, so it's like aired water warm, it's not red hot, but I can see straight away that these white bits are looking far better now than when they went in. So they have cleaned up lovely. those were the two pieces that were really discoloured. And they're really sort of back to brilliant white. Gonna take them back inside now, give them a wash and a rinse, and we'll see you at the next stage. Welcome back, everybody. So far we have done the prep on this set. This is 6848. So literally so far what we've done is the usual. We've bought a set off eBay and we're restoring it to go on the big display. So here are the plans. The plans are intact. It didn't come with a box, but they very rarely do, and if they do come with a box, then you are talking, you know, big money. Now I collect Lego now, and when I collect it I do keep the box. Back in the day it wasn't such a big thing to keep the box. A lot of people just opened it, threw it away, and still do today, and just sort of keep their Lego in a big sort of box. So that's, I want to say 3 of those astronauts we've got now, and they're in really good condition. I mean, look at the logo on there, absolutely fantastic. But yeah, sorry, lost my train of thought there. Yeah, what I was saying is they very rarely do come with a box. However, some do, but you tend to pay quite a bit more if they've got a box than if they've not. And to be honest, the majority of the stuff I had, some of it didn't have boxes anyway, and I'm not intent on selling these things or anything. I just want to get this, I suppose you could call me a collector, but I just want to get this big display up and keep adding to it, basically. So I don't plan on getting rid of any of these. So for me, the fact that there is no box isn't really a major issue. It might be for some people, but it's definitely not a game changer for me, because I'm going to collect these and build them. If you want to see how I clean these up and you haven't yet seen how I built the UV light box, definitely go and have a look at that, because these sets coming up to 40 years old, definitely in the 30-year-old bracket, and this is cleaned up absolutely fantastically with some hydrogen peroxide and some UV light in the box that I constructed, and it enables me to restore and clean this stuff hopefully all year round. Not really tested it yet through the winter, but we're not having to rely on whether we've got a good day's sunlight or not for the chemical reaction to work. I tend to just, in fact I do them overnight, so you know, they go in probably about tea time when I come home from work, and they'll probably stay in the light box for 24 hours until probably tea time the following day, at which point they come out looking pretty much like this set, as brand new, and they really do come out looking brand new. Some of these parts on this particular set were discoloured and had gone yellow, not unlike my Saturn V. but when they've spent some time in the box overnight, they do come out looking like brand new. So putting it together now, we're here on stage, coming up to stage 6. Yeah, and like I said, these white pieces here are, you know, about 35 years old. I think this set, memory serves, is from about 1988 or 1989. I can't exactly remember which, but it is a classic, and we are building on our collection, which is good, and it will shortly have a place on the big set here. I think I've said a few times now that the plans for the big set are to eventually keep adding to it until we have as many of these sets as we can get, and then hopefully we want to get some LED lights and get some LED lights and really sort of bring the set to life. So that's where we are currently there, and probably didn't pick a fantastic filming location here because there is a wooden loft post right in my way, but we will persevere onwards. The more of these blue and white sets I've been getting, the more, it's not the original like I had from the 70s and 80s, but I have to say the more of them I'm acquiring and the more of them I'm doing, the more I'm actually liking them. They've grown on me quite a lot, so I will, when funds allow, keep my eye out for a few more as they come up on eBay. I'm always trolling eBay looking for, you know, sets that I haven't got and that are affordable. Okay, so we then flip this over, and that's going to go onto there, and then we have those side pieces there, a couple of control levers, say control level, just levers that my fat fingers always have trouble with. So that's where we are so far. Coming up now to stage 12, which is these two, and I think these were probably the bit that was either off maybe another set, I don't know, or it had been exposed to some sort of light, because these two white pieces, the ray gun type things with the lights on, they were really quite badly discoloured. So we then got the canopy piece there, and then the canopy will clip onto there like so. And this is just sat in there like that, and then our astronaut is going to sit in here in his driving position there, pulling his levers like so. And there we have it. So I believe they're for manoeuvring, so you can handle down like that and mess about. So your playability on this is these sort of arms move, the feet move, or the walkers, so that it can bend and stay stable. And obviously you've got your blue canopy that comes over the top there. And there we have it, another fully restored set 6848, ready to go on our display. Great, proper happy with that. Let's place it on the display with the rest. Okay guys, thanks for watching. Hope you've enjoyed the video. If you have, don't forget, drop a comment, like, subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one.